Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Faima back again, and thank you for being patient with me for posting so slowly. And today I really want us to talk about something that cuts across departments, professions, and that is from the office desks to the border stages to the NGOs to the hospitals, and that is mental health at the workplace. The hidden struggle we actually don't talk about enough. And this, I could call it let me call it Uganda edition. So I say that as someone from a public health background, I've come to realize that this isn't just a personal issue, but also a public health one. Because when our workplaces become sources of stress instead of purpose, we see that the ripple effects actually affects our families, the communities, and even the economy at large. And let's be honest, workplaces in Uganda can be quite really intense. From the long hours to those tight budgets, job insecurity, and in many cases we see that there's limited actually psychosocial support. And recently I was reading a 2023 Ministry of Health report, which noted that mental health conditions like depression, there was anxiety, are on the rise in Uganda, especially among the young adults, that population working young adults. And we say that globally, according to WHO, we say that about 15% of the working age adults actually experience a mental disorder. And we see that depression and anxiety actually cost the world about there's about 12 billion working days each year, and that's roughly 1 trillion USD in cost that is lost actually in productivity. So now imagine what that means in a country like Uganda, where access to mental health care is already limited, and where most of the people actually can't afford to take even a week off just to rest. You can't even take a week off to just breathe and, refocus. So if you've ever sat at your desk, your heart is racing, there's this email that shouldn't even be that deep. And if you've smiled in a meeting while you're actually mentally checking out, you actually know what I'm talking about. So we see that burnout, constant fatigue, that quiet sense of dread on Sunday evenings. So those are all the warning signs. But I say that we've actually normalized them. Myself too. We joke about surviving on coffee or just saying, that's just work life, And in truth, many Ugandan employees, especially in NGOs, we see that schools, public offices, are struggling silently. We see that some face toxic supervisors, others juggle 2 or 3 jobs just to stay afloat, and yet mental health is rarely actually part of the HR conversations. So let me tell you from maybe a public health point of view. We see that ignoring workplace mental health is costly, really costly. It leads to absenteeism at work, there's low productivity, and sometimes even physical illness. We see people, hypertension, ulcers, chronic fatigue, name it. And you see that our mind and our body are not separate. The stress hormones, like I could mention cortisol, they don't care about the job titles you're holding. So when you see people in organizations are mentally unwell, its performance really suffers quietly, consistently, and most times it's actually invisible. So what can we do differently, my dear friends? Both individuals and organizations. For individuals, it's okay to draw boundaries, actually. You could draw boundaries, take breaks, talk to someone, whether it's that friend, a counselor, or even a faith leader. Don't carry everything alone. And for employers, managers, our dear supervisors, mental health shouldn't just be an afterthought during wellness weeks. It should be built into our work culture, and psychological safety should actually be part of our leadership toolkits. And that could mean you could be checking in genuinely with your team. You normalize mental health days. You could include psychosocial support actually in staff welfare budgets, and as well as training supervisors on stress management and also empathy. Even small things like reducing unnecessary meetings or recognizing staff effort can make actually a real big difference. So I once facilitated a mental health session somewhere for teachers, somewhere I was working, and one of the things one of the participants was a teacher said that stuck with me. He was like, sometimes we come to school with our own problems, but we must smile for these children. So that to me captures the sense of workplace mental health, the quiet balancing act between being functional and actually being a human being. And it made me realize that mental health shouldn't just exist in the hospitals. It should live where people actually live, spend most of their time, and that's at the workplace. So this week, we can start small, check on a colleague, not just about the reports, deadlines, but actually about them. How are you doing? Fine, ma. Check on me. So if you are a team leader, ask yourself, are my people actually thriving or just surviving? Are they in survival mode? And if you are an employee, remember, your mental health isn't just a luxury. It should be part of your work ethic, because a health workplace isn't just one without stress. It's one that recognizes actually stress and supports you through it. So, my dears, thanks for watching. I know it was quite brief. Let's keep the conversation going. Drop a comment how your workplace supports or could do better to support you in your mental well-being. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be tagging it in the comment section. And let's take care of ourselves and actually take care of the people you work with. Thank you so much for listening. This I remain yours truly, Cause of Ima. May God keep protecting each one of you. Bye-bye.